Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? It is Friday night. So I've been reading the comments. I think that you guys didn't read all the dates for everything that's going on because Timbo is next Tuesday, the 13th. Tonight, it's just me. I came on to do a cookie tutorial for you, and we are doing bunnies and daisies tonight. So this is the cutters we talked about earlier in the week. Hello, hello. Allison, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, my friend? Let's see. Bonjour from Barris, Texas. Hello. I love that. I love that. Hello, Miss Phyllis. How are you? Sally, I cannot believe you're at Lake Tahoe. You could have been at CookieCon with us last week. It was just over the mountain. I know, Maggie. It is so cold here. It's dropping fast. Hello, April. I hope I'm going to be okay tonight. I feel like y'all really wanted Timbo. I'm going to have to tell him that I'm no longer important. So we are supposed to start getting snow first thing in the morning. Didn't really want any tomorrow. I had a bunch of stuff to do, but early April Fools. That's so funny. Hey, Charlotte. Hope your trip home is okay. Well, is it a trip home? Are you on the train right now? Hello, just me. How are you doing, Camille? Let's see. Oh, you're decorating birthday monkeys. That sounds fun. I bet those cookies are cute. Hey, Danielle. Let's see. I feel like someone hit me. Woo. Woo. I know. I figured it might be painful. I was just kind of wondering what was happening. Hello, hello, Becky. How are you? I know. I don't know. It's ridiculous. We're not supposed to get that much, but it'll be enough that it'll be like dangerous on the road. Like it'll be slick. Hey, Kat. Okay, good. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. I was like, ooh, they're going to be disappointed. On the train. All right, good. So remember, I got these cute cutters, and I don't have the cutters to show you because I took them to, hey, Lorraine, how are you doing tonight? I took them to be washed, and I haven't brought them back yet. And we're going to do, I hope you guys will just kind of chill with me tonight. Come and go as you want to. Please don't feel pressured to stay the whole time tonight because, hey, Mimi, how are you? I want to just do a couple of different sets of these while I've got everything out. So I'm just going to decorate. You guys can chat. You can ask questions over on the side. And I'm not even sure I said hello, but hey, it's Amy with Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. Timbo's assistant. Hey, you guys, just kidding. I can't believe he's actually going to come on next Tuesday night. Are you guys like totally thrilled? Because I am totally thrilled. Hey, Vicki, you're in West Virginia. Are you guys getting snow tomorrow? So listen, I'm not totally 100% caught up yet, but I'm very close. But I had a couple extra hurdles when I arrived home this week. Was it this week? Did we get home this week? Cindy, help me. Did we come home this week? We did, right? I feel like we did. I feel like we just got home from CookieCon, right? Like I got home early in the morning Monday. That's just this week, right? So then I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm a little further ahead than I expected I would be, but I'm not caught up on some things that have to get remade. I lost some stuff on my computer. So some things had to be refilmed, and some things, my backgrounds for our Cookie Snack Attack Cookie education cards have to be reset before I can finish those up. But that's really my last thing that I really wanted to have done by today, but it looks like it's going to be tomorrow. 3 to 6 inches is a lot. I hope we don't get 3 to 6 inches. Sunday. Yes. See, I got home at 1 a.m. on Monday, like Sunday midnight. And then it was 1 a.m. So, and I guess we got back to the house around 2 or 2:30. I can't believe it. I don't know. This whole week has just flown by, you guys. Oh, well, maybe we'll get more than the 1 inch, but let's hope not. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to shovel the driveway. I just don't want to do it. Hey, how are you? All right, so tonight, guys, just kind of chill with me. I'm not going to be at a fast pace, I promise you, because I just don't have the energy. But I wanted to do these super cute cookies. I posted in the group, so the information is in the Cookie Snack Attack group. It's its own post, so you can go there. You'll see a photo of what your shopping cart will look like if you get these items, and you will see individual links to all of these items so that there won't be any questions about sizes. But I wanted to show you these. They're super cute. They're from 2T Stencil. Is Tammy or Todd on tonight with us? Anybody, either of them on here? I'd love for them. Hey, Katie, how are you? Hi, Hugh. Love for them to say hello if they are here. But I just adored these when I saw them at CookieCon, so I grabbed them. I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can do them. And then, of course, when I got home, I realized, good, Sally. I can't resist them either because they're way too cute. And let's see, who is this? Is that, who is that? Is that June with us maybe? So I also went through my stash of fondant molds, and I found this really cute double carrot mold, which I thought would be a great size for the bunny. So let me just give you explanation of the prep work that I've already done, and then we'll just start chatting and decorating, okay? And I'm not sure how much talking I can do tonight, so some of you may have to carry. Yes, they are. They are absolutely the best. So Cindy and I were laughing because she was at their booth at CookieCon shopping when I told them that I wanted to do a demo. So Cindy was laughing because she's like, I have no idea I was standing right there, but she was very focused on getting certain stencils. And I didn't think anything of it. So I was just getting the ones I needed to do the demo. I didn't even think to turn around and say, hey, you should grab these. We're doing them this week. But anyway, I just love this bunny. He's just so cute. And there's so many things you can do. But the reason I grabbed it is because the shape in and of itself is so stinking cute. Don't you think? Isn't that just adorable? So just the bunny, like, look, what if you wanted to do 2 bunnies? And my cookies are pre-flooded because we're going to maybe do some airbrushing if it works out. But even if you wanted to do a box, like get some boxes from BRP, these little guys are 4 inches. So you could get like a 5-inch box, right? And if you put them where their noses are touching, like they're kissing, 7 inches, right, is a minimum of what you need. But I think there's a 5x8 box that's like 3/4 inches or 1 inch tall. So you could really make a cute set of these for Easter, and you could personalize them. But look, aren't they so sweet? I totally, listen, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't think to say anything, except that I was running on fumes at that point. Like, granted, it might have been jet plane fumes, so I still looked like I had some gas in the tank, but it was really, really not. I was really like about to hit the wall and crash. So this would be so cute if you wanted to do that, right? It's the same cutter, but I just flipped one over. And I flipped it over before baking because I like to flip my cookies over so that the gridded part is underneath the icing. So, right, this is the set I initially said we would do, right? Or you could even do look, you guys, how cute. I didn't even think about that, but you could easily do a 3-piece set if you wanted to do pre-box sets for Easter. You'd need a 10-inch box. You'd need 5 by 10 by like 3/4 inches tall. But wouldn't that be so cute? And you could personalize it, or you could do like Happy and Easter if you didn't want to personalize it. So I did have a conversation with Tammy about Todd telling you were spending too much money. She said, we're always about you guys first. So if you don't need it, he's always going to tell you. It was so funny. Yes, like bunny kisses, Easter wishes. That would be so cute on here, Mimi. So already, yeah, stop and smell the flowers. But how sweet is that, right? But I wanted to show you these in particular because the cutter in and of itself, it's a super cute shape. Like, right, you're all in the feels when you see it because it looks like like a little kid's stuffed animal Easter bunny. And it can be a cookie that with very little effort, you can make it look really fancy, right? Like we can take some thick icing and put a puffy tail on here, or we can do white icing and cover it in white nonpareils or white sanding sugar and bump the tail up. We can use a colored marker and do pink for the nose instead of mixing up additional icing, or we can mix up a little bit of pink and do pink noses on here after we do our airbrushing and our flecks of paint, right? It's just too cute. And they obviously look like they're smelling the daisies. And the daisy is really cool because it's actually a PYO set. So you can buy it as a cutter and stencil together. See, and I just want to tell you guys, the weather is changing here. And we've gone from being 75 degrees when I arrived home to now we're down to, I think we're down. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? I think we're down to in the 30s, 40s right now. So, I mean, it's just plummeting and I'm losing my voice. So I don't think I'm sick or anything, but you know, this is going to be touch or go with the voice tonight. I'll just do the best I can. And whoever's talking about the headband, yes. Oh my gosh, wouldn't this be so cute with the headband? Plus, you guys, this isn't just an Easter bunny. Wouldn't this be cute for a baby shower set? If somebody was like doing stuffies, like little stuffed animals, this would be the cutest one. And you could do like the little markings around the edge to make him look hand stitched, like an old, like he's really, really well loved, worn out bunny. Wouldn't that be adorable? Yes, white cotton candy on the tail. Hey, Pamela, how are you? Yes, flower headband, totally cute. The nose up, the sniffy nose is so cute. But I just think this, they just spoke to me. So I got these. And we got the stencils. So we got this stencil, and I'm going to show you a couple tricks with the stencil. Let me turn that so you can see it. You see the stencil? All right. So just in case someone doesn't have an airbrush, let me tell you the first thing that I did. The very first thing I did was I used a fine point marker, the fine point end. Okay. It could be any edible food marker. Now, listen, I'm just going to tell you, there was people like advocating using pencils at CookieCon, and technically pencils no longer have lead in them. So, I mean, I guess you could get away with doing that. I would never do that because I just think it takes too much explanation to tell somebody that it's non-toxic to do that. But that's why, just because I don't want to get into having the conversation. But I know that there was people using pencils because they no longer have lead in them. I get it. You guys have all that discussion. Do whatever you want to do. But I would rather use the edible ink markers for stuff like this. So this particular stencil, I put it down on the cookie because I wanted to have one of them partially done when we got started. It just goes down on the cookie like this. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do. Let me see if I can put something under here so it's not such a glare, okay? You guys know I don't like to have that whole non-toxic discussion. So I'm just going to say do what you need to do. And I know somebody's going to put in the comments, yes, you could do it with a fine point pencil. Yeah, probably good. But I'm not advocating that. I'm going to stick with my normal use edible ink. So the stencil's on here and I just anchored it. I didn't really need to line where the florals are because I was going to hand pipe those on, but I just held it in place with 2 fingers. I used the fine point end and I just traced some of the petal area so I could get my spacing right on my 3 flower heads. And you can see that right here in this cookie, right? You can see where I traced it. So if you don't have an airbrush, you certainly could just use this stencil for your markings. If you want to do a PYO or if you're comfortable with the scraping, I didn't want to do the scraping because I knew we were going to do several cookies and I didn't want to do them all with scraping icing. But for a PYO, you would set this up in your stencil holder in a thick icing and you would actually scrape it. That would make the outline. And then that would be, your cookie would be finished and you'd give them a little paint palette, whatever you're using for your edible ink paint palette, okay? So you could use the fine point of an edible ink marker. You can scrape to get your outline and then do the next part, or you could crank up your airbrush and just brush a very fine mist over this, just enough to go through the cuts in the stencil to mark it so that you can then pipe on top of it, okay? Oh, look, Tammy's with us. Tammy's going to come on soon, you guys, right, Tammy? I believe I got full commitment from you the other day. I know, wouldn't a cotton candy tail be so cool? Pink or white or that cool aqua color for what we're about to do. So if you're an airbrush fan and you want to do a whole bunch of these really quick to get your marking, that's probably the quickest way to go. If you want to scrape, if you want to do this as a PYO, this is really a set that's made for PYO, so you certainly could. But when I saw it and it was by the bunny and the bunny's nose was turned up, I was like, oh, look, he's smelling daisies. And I actually thought they were up there to go together, not realizing that the one was a PYO and the other one was a separate cutter. But I just, sometimes you look at stuff and you see it. Yes, so Tammy's going to come on in April, I think is what we have planned. Good deal. So anyway, there's a couple of ways that you can get your markings onto the cookie. So if you guys are okay with it, I'm going to jump in and we're going to finish out this cookie. And then I also wanted to show you this. I played around a little bit today by changing the undercolor, right? So I piped this in ivory because I knew I wanted to do yellow daisies and then the little white nonpareils for the center. And then the other one, I don't know what color I'm going to do on here yet for the flower, but then I also piped a mint green background to match my one little bunny rabbit. And we're going to do this one. We're going to try to mark it with the airbrush. And I'm going to do white daisies with a yellow center and see what that looks like on here. But I just wanted you guys to see that by just changing up the color, what a different look we're going to be able to get. Okay. PYO is paint your own, Becky. And that's one of the things I do a lot at the store, like for big orders for kids' parties or for the schools around here. I do a lot of PYOs. And so you just stencil an outline on, and then the kids come back with their edible ink paint palettes and paint. But let's finish this one up real quick. So my colors tonight that I'm working with, just in case someone wants to type this in or if you're keeping track of it, I am using, I used an ivory background, and it's just the faintest ivory. And the only reason I did that is I thought the ivory looked better with my mint green that I wanted to try out for a background. I didn't want to do bright white with it. You certainly could, but I knew I wanted white centers here, so I needed this to be just slightly different. Okay, so Renee, this is a little known secret. Not many people know this, but I actually save up all the cookies that I make for the videos and stuff. Like I get really good photos of them, and I can't keep everything obviously because there's too many of them. And I don't donate these cookies because I'm not following all of my neurotic food safety standards when I'm making them, because I'm filming videos. So I don't have gloves on. I don't have a hairnet on. And I'm super precise about all of those things in the bakery, to the point that like you'd never catch me when the store was open. You would never catch me without a hairnet on and things like that, right? So none of these cookies go anywhere. I don't feel safe to donate them because I know what you're supposed to do in real life, right? So I have trash cans behind my store because I just feel like they need valiant deaths when it's time, right? So I open up these trash cans. They're like mini bins with the lids that flip open, and I sail them and try to make it into the bins. I'm very good at making it into the bins. I stay close enough that I don't make a big mess, but I feel like I need to have that release so that I do something. I should film it one day because it's kind of funny, but I have to give them like a fitting death, right? I have to give them a fitting tribute. I sail them through the air into the bins. So that's what happens to mine. There's a few that I keep, like I'll probably keep them always unless something happens to them because they were just really special events or whatnot. But that's what I do with them, just to make me feel better about letting them go. All right, so tonight we're working with an 18 to 20 second outline and flood consistency in white and yes, for the centers in white and ivory and this pale yellow. This is a pale yellow, a light green, And I do have a Wedgwood blue because I was thinking about trying Wedgwood blue on this one with a yellow center to see what it looked like. We're just going to play a little bit. And then with that carrot mold I showed you guys, I made these cool carrots. And I already dusted them. So I've got a lot of color variation going on both the tops and on the carrot bottoms here. And to dust with, I used Tiger Lily. It's an elite color from the Sugar Art. I really like Tiger Lily. It's a beautiful orange. So it was the darker shade than the fondant I had mixed. I dyed my own fondant to make my carrots. So this is what the darker color is on these. And then the green, I just used a leaf green. So that's what we're working with tonight. And guys, this is so simple. I wanted to get, can you see on here how I have nice lift on all my leaves? I wanted this to be very rounded looking because I thought the rounded lifted leaves on my daisies went better with this floppy ear bunny. I just thought the styling of it was better. So what I've done is I piped my 3 centers in white and I put nonpareil candies because I wanted to have a little candy. Can you see that? I wanted to put candies on the centers. I thought that'd give us a nice pop of texture. And then I did every other daisy to where nothing would be, every other daisy petal to where nothing would be touching, and popped it in the dehydrator just maybe 15 minutes before we came on live. And then I piped 3 separate stems for the daisy and then just 1 leaf on each because they're not daisies that you pick in the field don't have a lot of extra leaves. You know, they're not a super heavy leaf plant. So I just did 3 simple ones, tipless bag that I cut to look like the little chicken beak, to look like a leaf tip bag. And now on this cookie, all we have to do is finish filling in the petals. So what I'm going to show you is how I did these to create that height. And I just started up at this area and I was pressure piping. I've got this bag cut to like a number 1. If this had a tip in it, it would be equivalent to a number 1, okay? And I'm just leaving the tip in the icing and kind of blowing it up like a balloon. I hope that makes sense. But I wanted to use the tip to agitate this just a little bit. It'll bring the water up, and that way I won't have to be picking up and setting down my scribe. And I also wanted to do it this way in particular because I had sketched on the cookie. So I wanted to put enough icing down, still maintaining the height. I wanted the nice round bubble look so that it would look good with my bunnies. But I also wanted to make sure I fully covered those black lines. I sketched in black because of doing the video. But if I was actually doing a bunch of these for the store and I was airbrushing, I would be airbrushing this stencil in a pale yellow. So just to give you a few tips there. There's some things I do. I try to remember to tell you just in case we have new people on with us. But there's some things I do specifically because we're on video. And it's just easier for you guys to see it since the point is to show you how to do these. But this cookie, actually, if you wanted to do a whole bunch of these, it would not take you very long. I mean, it looks like an extremely detailed cookie, but the first part of it, super fast. And you can see I'm just using the tip of the bag and just a little bit of jiggle so I don't have to pick up the scribe. And I'm going to lift this and turn it sideways for you in just a second, but just that jiggle across the top so that I don't wind up with a point or a line in the center. But my icing, it's really good tonight. And the humidity in my cookie studio is 50%. That's, I only know that because I got one of those fabulous humidity gauges from Jody Till at CookieCon. Finally caught up with her and snagged one of those things. And it's insane to me, the swing of humidity in my cookie studio on a daily basis. Like, remember I told you I'm in Virginia, so the weather is like wackadoodle. Like sometimes it's fantastic. And then like 10 minutes later, it's crazy. My humidity has been up at 70% and down to 30% all within 4 hours in one day. It's just crazy. So anyway, it is what it is, and we just roll with it. So I missed one petal earlier. So I'm basically, if I want my petals to be fatter, I'm just coming in here and puffing them out by adding some more icing under the surface, like an injection, right? Is that on camera so you can see it? All right, and then I'm piping at the top and then more pressure. But again, my bag is cut to about a number 1. If I was using a tip, I would say it's approximately a number 1 because I wanted to really have to force the icing out of the bag to be able to control that puff. And you see how smooth, how it's settling out, but it's still holding the height. Like when I lift this, this looks like hand-tied balloon flowers. It's just really cute, really cute. And I really like the design. I like the layout of this. I like how it combines so nicely with the bunny. And it's just cute. Makes you think happy thoughts, right? I know a bunch of us came home from Cookie Con and there was a lot of obstacles when we arrived home. But this definitely getting to do cookies when I got right to the house made me happier. All right, I'm going to lift this and turn it. Hopefully I won't damage anything. And then we're going to do a little bit of green piping just so you guys can see that, okay? So do you see the big puff of the daisies? Can you see that? You see how nice and rounded they are? Now, obviously, there's a whole bunch of different ways you could do your petals. You could make them very textured by using a thicker icing and doing a lot of pressure piping. I think it would kill your hand, but you could do it. But check this out for as far as height off the cookie. Do you see what we were able to do? Right? To make it match that bunny ear, which looks like it's a balloon bunny ear. All right. And then on the stencil, let me lift this up, see if you can see it. Do you see how in the stencil it has like these sprays, these floral sprays here and here? We're going to pipe a couple of those in just using an 18 to 20 second icing. I've got the same color green that I used. I used a thick toothpaste consistency here, about 25 seconds. But now we're going to cut this bag opening to about a 1.5. And we're just going to add just these little bits of greenery, okay? Not a lot. We just want a little something. I'm going to put a little stem coming up right here. So if you airbrush it, you've got to really stay in your airbrush lines because you're going to want to cover that up. But if you just hand draw it and you just do the daisies, then you can come back and add your greenery wherever you think you need it, right? So don't get hung up on that. Just make something pretty. Make something pretty. It's going to taste great. People are going to love it. I had to stop watching the news today because I couldn't take it anymore. I've been watching all of this and it's just eating me up. So today I took a break from the news. All right. And I like this. This would be a good cookie, you guys, to have your cookie turntable out for, though. I did notice on my practice cookie earlier, let me get this over here where you can see it, on my practice cookie that it would have been a little bit quicker for me if I had had my turntable out. Right, so you have such a super cute cookie. So I just basically flooded and dried it before we started and did one layer of the petals. Now, if you really wanted to make this like crazy pop, let this set up overnight and then come back and do a little dry dusting down in the crevices, like in a darker shade of yellow. It would be absolutely gorgeous just to add a little more depth to it if you wanted to. Now, I was thinking of getting like super splashy and taking some of my gold, my wedding gold with a little Everclear, and just very, very faintly coming at a sideways angle with my brush later and highlighting the tops of these white nonpareils. I thought that would be just like, boom, just a little bit of pop there. But I'm going to stick this in the dehydrator, which for some reason I moved out of the way earlier. All right. Let's get that in there. Put up a good post from Lila Loa. And by the way, you guys, I spoke to Georgianne Bell personally after there was some confusion at Cookie Con. It is Lila Loa. That is actually how you say it. It's not Leela. It's Lila Loa. So she confirmed it for me. I feel very good about it now because I was like, I've been saying it wrong this whole time because I was saying Lila Loa, but a speaker said Leela. and they know each other. So I was like, whoops, this is going to be, I hope I'm not going to re-record all the videos where I've said it wrong, but it really is truly Loa. Okay. All right. So let's go back to this. Actually, let's do the green one. I think the green one, I'll just use my marker because I don't want to break the airbrush out too early. And the other thing is, if you flip your cookies like I did, see how one's going one way and one's going the other. So just remember to flip your stencil, okay, so that your bouquet fits properly. And I'm going to try the feather end of this marker and see if that is any faster than using the little fine tip. And I am just going to, oh yeah, I'm just going to do a little, you could even sponge this, you guys, if you had some gel coloring ready to roll. You could even sponge this, but I literally am just trying to get some placement markings, right? I'm not stenciling for a PYO. I just want a little bit of color down on here so that I can go back and pipe it. So you see how easy that is? I'm just marking petals. I'm not going to mark any of the greenery. That way I can play with that a little bit if I want to. But do you see how I have my markings now? So, and that was really quick. So this one, I think what I really want to do, on here, and I think I'm going to blot it, you guys, because I really was concerned about using the fine point again because it pushed through the icing. My icing wasn't totally dry, but the feather point is a lot of edible ink liquid. I haven't used it in a while, so I should have either blotted the tip of this so there would be less ink hitting the cookie, or maybe not done as many spots, but you can see how it's kind of pushing out there. So what we're going to do on this one, I think I want to do a yellow center. I think it'll show up really nice on this mint green. So I'm going to use these yellow nonpareils to add a little candy and texture. Okay. So let's get that set up. Make sure you always have your stuff handy because you don't want to be scraping off the cookie. And I'm going to use a yellow underneath for the centers. So let's go ahead and pipe these center areas. We want to do them first so that the candy only attaches to the area that's wet. So we don't really need these areas to settle down because the bumpier they look, the better. So don't worry about waiting, or if you only have a thick consistency icing, it's not going to matter. And my sprinkle return tray that I like to use, you guys know I have that little gemstone tray that has a funnel. I like to use that a lot, but I used it for something metallic the other day and I took it up to the shop, washed it and put it in the air dryer area to dry, and I forgot to bring it back home. So tonight we're just going to work over the container with a cute little sprinkle spoon, okay? Don't be jelly if you don't have the sprinkle spoon. I love it. It's adorable. But any spoon will work. I just like to work with cute things when I'm on camera. It makes me happy. Now, because I'm working over this, I'm making sure to turn it so that I get little nonpareils on all sides of my little oval mound that I just created. If I was in that tray, I would just be pouring it right on top and it would automatically be hitting everything. But because I'm over this little work area, I have to be a little more dedicated to making sure they attach themselves. But now I want to show you this. Remember I said I had that little bit of extra ink on there? Be rounding these up all night. Do you see how it attached to where the black marker is? So you'll need to make sure you knock those off. Have like a dry dusting brush or something around. Or if you want to puff up your middles a little taller, you can always use your thingamajiggy or your scribe and just kind of push those side pieces in and it'll hump up the center a little bit more. Right? I think these look really good, though. I don't actually think I even need to fidget with them. So let's get the lid on this container so these don't go all over the room. And I really like this yellow, this daisy yellow with the green. Now I'm going to use my thick. Yeah, I think I'm going to use my thick white icing. This is my toothpaste consistency, and do like a little bit of pressure piping for these petals. Okay, that way we can I do have the green sprinkle bowl, but I couldn't find it. I told y'all I cleaned up. This is why I'm going to stop cleaning up my studio, because I take a day every week and I put stuff back, but I'm always finding new homes for things. So I cleaned up and there's a bunch of stuff right now I can't find. All right, so I'm going to leave these leaves really textured So can you see how I'm pressure piping, but I'm not agitating so much that I'm losing the lines in the petals, but I'm doing enough that I'm covering that black ink. Do you see what I mean? You see that? And because this is such a thick icing, I'm going to be able to pipe all of the petals without stopping. They can be next to each other and they're not going to absorb into each other. It's kind of like when we piped the bee bodies last year. Oh, I've got something stuck at the tip. Hold on just a sec. You can feel it. Don't just keep pushing or you're going to explode something when you feel like something's clogged in the tip, okay? Now I'm going to immediately, because it's toothpaste consistency and it's paste, not gel, I'm going to come in here. And you see how I'm like pulling out, pushing back in, and that's giving me those cool ripples on the flower. So guys, if you really wanted to, you could have done a nice smooth center and you could have piped all these petals and then you could have come back with some pretty sparkly white sanding sugar and done your petals if you wanted your petals to be sparkly, or you could have done some really fine white sanding sugar with mica already mixed in so it's really sparkly. So I'm going to leave that up to you how you choose to do these, but I'm really liking this very textured look. But you guys kind of know that's my thing. I really like the look of that. I like getting texture, as much texture and different mediums onto a cookie. I'm going to lift this so you can see it in a minute. But you see I'm piping right next to the petals that are already down because this is a really thick consistency icing. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing 100 cookies like this, but it sure is pretty for maybe one in each set, right? And then I'm going to use my scribe and just make sure I don't have any points on the end of the petals, because although I like all this ripply texture on the leaves, on the petals rather, I don't want a point on the end for when I bag it if I choose to bag it. But look at all that great texture we got. Can you guys see that? Right? And you see that little bit of black between those petals? Don't worry, you're not going to see it because there'll be greenery there. Okay. All right, so let's come right in here. And I like to start in the middle just because of the way daisies actually look in nature. I like to start in the middle and then do the two outside edges and then come back and fill in like I'm alternating. That way the leaves are kind of stacked on each other. But you don't have to do that. You can go any direction you want with this cookie, okay? Make it your own. Now, if you're really careful and jiggle that bag just enough, you won't have to pick a scribe up. You can kind of knock that right back into the icing. All right, let's go this way. And again, this is a tipless piping bag by Bees Baked Art, cut to about a 1-point tip. Okay, you see? Now let's fill this in. So this way, this petal kind of looks like it's up on top of these other petals. And I like that. I like how that looks. Plus, you guys, wouldn't it be so cute to work, if you didn't want to do the bunny, to work a bumblebee in this set? Can you just see that because of the textures and the kind of sculpted look of the icing? Wouldn't it be so pretty to have a bee? It would just all tie together so nicely. All right, now let's swap over to this other cookie. And we're going to do this really big one first, mostly because my hand is getting tired and this one's going to require a lot to get it wide enough. And I'm going to let this petal come up over the first set of petals that we did, okay? Same thing over here. I'm going to go to an alternating petal. That's a lot of icing to be pushing through the bag. Remember all the tips I've given you on how to hold the bag if you're doing this kind of pressure piping, because your hand will eventually give out. Right? So you see, I'm not pushing that much icing. And did you also notice that when I did my tracing, I didn't trace the petals on the outside edges because I knew those would be hard to cover up to get the icing far enough over. All right. And then as soon as I finish this petal, I'll check questions because I can tell the screen is rolling. I just can't see this and that at the same time. So let me knock these little tips down so they don't set up on us while we're chatting. And then we're going to do the greenery. We're going to do the stems. Okay. And don't forget, guys, if you're starting to do a lot of potted plant cookies, you can always go back on my videos from last year. Yeah, Sharon, you definitely could use a royal icing transfer bee on these for sure, like right up in this area. But don't forget, I have a really cool video out that shows you how to make a bunch of different kinds of beach sand. I showed you how to make potting soil, authentic looking potting soil that was totally edible, and how to make edible moss. And I think it was in the spring of last year that I did the video. So it'll be easiest to find on my YouTube channel. All right, so let's go back up here. See if I missed anything. I did get my sprinkle bowl in Dallas, but I didn't get it there because I missed it. So I ordered it afterwards when someone told me about it. And let's see. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So nice, right? Yeah, Simi Cakes does have a bee mold if you want to do it, especially since her molds are set for ice mold. If you want to do that, you could. Yeah, so cute, right? All right, so let's get on this. I'm going to use the thick consistency icing in my leaf green. This is a leaf green, not a mint green. So I'm just going to clear the tip of the bag. And I'm going to come right up in here. And I'm going to have some stems. Hold on just a second. I'm going to have some stems come. I have nonpareils all over my work area now. It's going to make me nuts. All right, so we're going to come in here and just put the stems down, okay? And we're going to bring them down to the end. So I'm anchoring my icing, and then I'm lifting up about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm letting gravity take over so I get those beautiful straight lines, okay? This is also, guys, this would be great to do buttercups. Do you guys have buttercups where you live? Buttercups would be beautiful done this way, the little buttercup petals. All right, so that's my daisy stems, okay? Now up in here, I have to do something. I either have to put a stem here or I have to fill in a petal. I think it's going to be easier to fill in a petal. So I'm just going to go right in between these two and shoot a little bit of icing. That way it doesn't look like just some random flower head floating, okay? And same thing here. I need to give it the look as if there was a stencil underneath here, and that's why you don't see the green going all the way up, okay? Or you could just pipe your green stems before you do any of this and put your petals on top, but you'll end up covering a bunch of them. Okay, so now I have this itty bitty bag that I put some thick icing in, and I cut it to the little chicken beak so it looks like a leaf point. And I'm going to use this now on days to do my leaves. And daisy leaves generally go up. They're a pretty stiff leaf. They don't go up and fall over, and they're not down. So I'm going upward, and I'm just putting one leaf on each stem and using that shimmy that I do to get the texture in the leaf, because they don't need a lot. You know, really, they just need just a little. It's not, you know, it's not the really long leafies like the, like you do on a tulip or like you do, on roses. You know how roses are, the stems have a lot of leaves. So that's just really cute, right? Super cute. Let's pull the other one out of the dehydrator. So you have two options on this, right? Let's just take a look at both of these. And then we discussed a lot of other things you could do to vary it. But even these guys, even if you wanted to make a color palette with like 3, maybe 4 colors in it, and just alternate up the cookies, you could totally do that and make a beautiful set. Like if someone was doing daisies, or they were doing like a yellow and white and mint green theme for a wedding or a baby shower, these would be super easy cookies to add in. But how cute is this going to be when we finish our little bunny? Okay, now the next part, I'm going to pop both of these into the dehydrator. We'll look at them again at the end, okay? Anybody have questions so far? Are you okay? And I did do a green background because I wanted to try the mint green specifically because we're going to try out these metallic airbrush colors that I got from Bees Baked Art at CookieCon that are alcohol based. So I wanted to see, we're just going to use one of them tonight because I don't want to get up to clean the gun in between. But I did the green specifically because we're going to be doing a plaid pattern. But I thought this set, frankly, would be gorgeous with a Wedgwood blue background. You know I love Wedgwood blue, but can you imagine a Wedgwood blue background with the yellow and the white? or Wedgwood blue background on everything. Maybe do a little bit of the textured paper like what we did at CookieCon in my class. Maybe texture it and then do your flowers on top so your background is also textured. Or this is the one I'm going to try tomorrow. I'm going to do Wedgwood blue. I'm going to speckle it with gold metallic, right? A nice, shiny, edible, FDA-approved gold metallic. I'll be speckling it. Then I'm going to do flowers on top, and my flowers are going to be white and yellow. And I'm going to make the yellow even a teensy tiny bit more pale because I thought that would be beautiful to have a whole set done in those colors. And I get a lot of requests for those colors in the springtime. So I kind of just wanted to get ahead of the game this year and have a few made up. But isn't that sweet? How do you feel about diamond dust? Does anybody want me to pump a little diamond dust on here? Or do you like it just like it is? Because I have white diamond dust ready to go if anybody wants diamond dust. I'll leave that up to you, though. I don't know. I don't see any typing. Now, if it makes it to the dehydrator, then no diamond dust for this baby. Do you want me to do it on my cookie tomorrow? Okay, you're saying diamond dust. Okay, hold on. Let's do it because I've got it right here. I thought it would be so pretty on these petals. Could you stop me? Yeah, I was headed to the dehydrator, Allison. I was totally going to let this one be on you guys to decide. But I do think I'll use white diamond dust. Is that all right? If we use the white? Hey, you guys. So I'm just going to try to hit the white areas. Like, I'm not going to get freaked out if it goes everywhere, but I'm just going to, like, hit these little... Look how pretty that is on the ridged areas we made, though. Look at that. So if your bottom layer is totally dry, you know, you can always come back and bump that diamond dust off. I'm going to lift it so you can see it. But boy, a lot of bang. I mean, just really pops off the cookie. Hold on, I'll lift it so you can see. I just love this stuff. I like little kids' faces when they see sparkly cookies and then go, is it okay to eat that? I'm like, yeah, you can eat that. No problem. Then I see them, you know, before pandemic, obviously, they'd be going down the street with their sparkly stuff, holding it up and playing with it in the sunshine. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, can you guys see it? See how it looks? Oh, that sparkle. It's like blinding the camera. I love it. I love these daisies too. Now, I do like this white texture, but I also very, very much, I'm going to do another one with the white and smooth out the white because I very much like this one where it looks like tied kids' balloons. You see the difference in these two? So they both have a place, but I really do like this smoothed over look as well, right? All right, so let's pop these both in the dehydrator. Thank you for letting me play tonight. We had so much to do Tuesday. No, you're going to have to wait for Daddy. You're going to have to wait right there. He'll take care of you when he comes up, okay? So they always do this when I start a live. Then suddenly the back door looks so attractive. All right. Okay, so we're going to experiment on the green one first. And I thought, what do you guys think? I made these carrots because I thought it would be cute after we do the airbrushing to make it look like he's holding a carrot. Do you like that? And it doesn't have to be a big carrot. I could cut the tip off and just kind of put it on the bunny. And I'm definitely going to use my white to make a puffy cottontail and add some white nonpareils. And I'm going to use pink sanding sugar to make the nose. But we have to do that after the airbrushing. So I thought this would be cute if we want to, like, we could. I'm afraid you guys are going to get upset if I do this, but I thought this would be cute too, to add a little something to him, to come back in here like this and add the carrot like he's holding it like that, like kind of mold it. That's why I left them soft. Do you like that? Where it looks like he's holding it, or does that look bad? Let me see. Just thought it would be a cute little extra. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't look good. You tell me what you think. We can also lop it off and just make it look like it's coming up out of the ground, like he has a carrot patch along the bottom too. So I'll let you guys think about that while we jump on airbrushing. So we're going to do the green first in case I mess it up. And I just have a basic stencil holder here. We're going to do our stencil this way. Okay. And then we're going to pick it up straight up off the cookie and we're going to turn it this way. And hopefully, and you know what? What did I do with, let me think for a minute, guys. Give me a second. Remember I bought those, let me think about this. They should be right here in my work studio. I bought the Stencil Genie and I bought that one from, oh yeah, this is a good night to do that because this is got very fine lines. You guys want to try the magic stencil screen tonight? The precision airbrush tool. You want to try this one? Hold on. Let's try this because I haven't even opened it. Because I haven't used a stencil with this fine of a line. So we could try this tonight. What do we do? Let's do this. Let's see what, and I have the other one too. I have used this one. Hold on. I have the piece that you add on, this one with the screen print from Genie Stream, the Screen Genie. I have this one too. And I have used this one. So I know for sure I like that, but I haven't tested this one yet. So let's try this. And the only reason I want to do it is because we've got these lines and I don't want to mess up my lines. So am I doing this right though? Tammy, are you on here with me? Since I haven't used this one, I'm going to put it over or under. I think it goes under, doesn't it? I think it goes under and then let me get this lined up good because I don't want to lose. I didn't set up my speedball frame, but I think this is how we do it right here. And that's going to keep, right? Or do we do it like this? Let's see. Nope, I think it's like this and it keeps your lines flat. Well, if it's not, we're about to find out. But here's the other thing. We're going rogue tonight. If this doesn't work, stencil then the screen. Okay, thank you, Tammy. So I've got my stencil down, right? And that way it's going to keep it flat on the cookie. Now, this could be total operator error. So don't anybody leave this live stream and go tell anyone I said it's the product if this goes wrong, because I have not practiced with this. I've never used this product, but I was dying to use it because it's an alcohol-based metallic airbrush color and it's alcohol-based. So it's going to dry fast and it's also not going to smear in the bag. Okay. So if this doesn't work out, I take 100% of the responsibility that it is operator error because I have not practiced with it yet. But you know what? This is what happens to you guys at home. So I think that we should just do it live on camera because I really don't normally care if people get upset about stuff like that because I like to push the envelope. Not with making people upset, but trying new techniques because you find the coolest things. Hey, babe. Are you Okay. Okay. They were just waiting there just a second ago. All right. So I have my super strong airbrush because for some reason my other airbrush would not charge tonight. So this is my like super duty strong one. So I have to be careful that it doesn't spray everywhere when I put the color in it. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for being so patient tonight. Let's see. Now let's see what happens. I gave it a really good shake. So hopefully we're going to be okay. And I want to do the green on green. That's what I want to try first. Is that okay? All right. You all right there, babe? What are you doing, Lou? The thing I do like about this particular airbrush, it's my pink one. What I do like is it has a teeny tiny hole for the color to go in. So if I need to do some, oh, look at that. Holy smoke. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys like this. Oh, wow. Now, the only thing about using this screen, because I usually use white. Wow, I used all that up already. I usually use a white mesh when I need to do this, or I do the, or let's be truthful, I call Allison, and Allison makes me, Allison, what do you make me? You know, the ones that already have the screen built in for stencils. Like if I have to do a lot and I need it to be really precise, I just call Allison. I'm not kidding. And she's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for calling me and interrupting my life today. Are you still on here? She might have taken her pain meds. I'm going to do a little bit more, okay? Just building up in a slow layer here. I can't see as well through this screen, but I think this screen might be finer than my, oh my gosh. And the metallic, I can see the metallic. All right, wow. I'll show you on the paper towel in a second, but holy smokes, is this going to be good for Easter? Oh yeah, for real. All right, let's go straight up and see what happened. Hopefully I didn't wreck it. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. All right, listen, I'm a big chicken. I may not turn it. Yeah. Allison, what is that thing? What is that thing that you make when I need the stencils that are really fine, where you go ahead and put the screen print material in them? What are they called? Whatever that is. I can't even think of it. Look, you guys, it's metallic. It's glittery. Look at that. And look at those perfect lines. I really wanted this stencil because I thought I would mess it up. Silkscreen. Yes, Maggie, that's it. Silkscreen stencils. Allison makes me. I wish you could really get a feel for this at home, though. I'm not sure my screen is doing this justice, but it is completely metallic. And Tammy, look at those lines. Are you proud of me? Look at that. Look at those baby lines. They're perfect. Look at that. Okay. So I'll let you decide. I really don't want, how about I do green first on one of the ivory colored rabbits, and then we'll switch over to pink. Yes, it's glitter. It's alcohol based, so it's already dry. It's metallic airbrush color from Bees Baked Art. This is garden green. But let me do the green. I shouldn't press my luck, but I just want to see. Okay, I just want to see if I can do it twice. Let's do this little bunny. That way it'll show up better for you because it's green on ivory. Frankly, I got to say, I'm shocked I got straight lines. That's a big thing for me too, that I got straight lines across that bunny. Like normally I intentionally position it so it's not straight, so I can say I did it on purpose, but he's pretty cute. I might just leave him like that. All right, I don't know if I should press my luck. I really don't. But we're going to try it, okay? For you all, I will do this. If it comes out poorly, we'll feed it to the ducks tomorrow. Or geese. I have geese in the area again, okay? Let's move him so I don't wreck him because he's really cute. I really like him. He's going to look cute with that carrot. What's going on? Why that I won't stay on? Okay. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. We're just going to build up in low light layers and hope this works. Listen, this stuff's not clogging my airbrush either, this is just a regular airbrush. I didn't switch over to anything funky because of the metallic. It's just let's see. Oh, look at that. Another night, you guys, I'll pull the other stencil frame out and we'll do that too, just so you can see it. Okay, another night. Not tonight. Not tonight. Ready? Ooh! Can you see the shimmer? Look at this. Can you see that? Look at that shimmer built right into that green. It's actually beautiful, and it looks like it's already dry. Oh, I love that. Okay, now give me a second. Since we're live on camera, we have to do this together. Hey, babe, will you hand me a solo cup from the kitchen, please? I'm going to take a little, if I'm not supposed to do this, don't fuss at me. But I got to get the green out, at least a little bit of the green out. And I don't think I can put water with it because it's the alcohol base, right? I think I have to run alcohol through here. I'll just have to rinse my gun really good afterwards. Oh, you know what, babe? I'll just use my teacup. They're up in the cabinet. Up in the cabinet to the left of the microwave. I'm totally in love with this stencil, by the way, Tammy. Totally in love with this. I would check it out. It's FDA approved, so unless there's a reason you can't use it with the fur babies, I don't know why you couldn't. It's nut free. It's vegan friendly. What's happening? Oh, just got an extremely cold weather condition warning because that makes me happy. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you, babe. So I don't have, I have a little thing that I squirt this into normally when I'm airbrushing, but I don't have that sitting here on the table. So I'm just going to run this. Can you see I'm just expelling this into a cup off to the side? And I forgot to put a mask on. The other thing I like to do is put a mask on so that I'm not breathing in this stuff, but I forgot to do that. You guys probably don't want to see that on camera anyway, right? Well, there's quite a bit left in there. So let me take a look at this. I might have put too much in there. Just going to go through and thin it out one more time, because I don't want my pink to be green. My pink could be green, and I don't want that. And this airbrush has a teeny tiny feeder hole. Don't you like Mad Scientist nights? I don't know if they bore you all, but I really like them. I figure if I'm doing it and you want to watch, it saves you all the product, but it might just take you a little bit of time. Oh yeah, that's good. It's cleaning out good. I'm still getting green. I'm still getting green, so I want to keep going. I think I'm almost to clear though. Let me take a look. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's good. All right, we turn this off. All right, so just going to make sure all the green is out, and then we're going to put some pink in. I'm really pressing my luck here tonight. Guys, earlier I said if the green worked, I was just going to stop there. But I really want to see what it looks like with the cross hatch of pink. So I'll put some pink in and run a little pink through. How about that? It's way pretty. I know that sparkle. I mean, that sparkle's just something else. I'm going to put some pink in. Can you see the feeder hole, how small it is? Put a little bit of pink in. It's very metallic, you guys. That's why I got it, and because it was alcohol-based, and I love it. Now, that pink is called just pink, and it should be really bright, but there must still be a little bit of green in my gun because it's coming out really dark, like a really dark pink. So here we go. Do you want to do the green one first, or do you want to do the green one first, or do you want to do the cream one? What do you want to see first? I'm going to leave the green one alone. I just made the decision. You don't get to choose now. Sorry. I'm going to line this up because now I have to, because my other lines are so perfect, I have to make sure I get my up and down. And let's see what the pink looks like with this. This would also be super pretty with a 2-part stencil, guys. You know what I mean? Like to do side-by-side lines instead of just flipping the direction. This would be great. I already ran out of pink. How's that possible? Priscilla said, "Do yeah, cream so you can see it." This stuff is really very metallic. It's very shimmery. I was expecting a little shine, but honestly, not this much, and I love it. It's so pretty. And it doesn't appear to be clogging. I mean, I may regret this comment later, but right now, it does not appear to be clogging up my airbrush gun. So I'm liking it. Really liking this. And I'm doing light, low layers. I'm about 6 inches away from the cookie. Like, listen, I'm just telling you, I am not the person to like be the expert on airbrushing, and Tammy's on here and she is very good at it. So if you have questions, I'm sure she'll help us out. I like to play with it, but like it's not my go-to thing. I like texture and sculpting stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. Oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at that. Is that not adorable? Can you see that? Can you see all the sparkle? So this is the metal stencil screen. It's a metal stencil green screen when you're using like really pieces that could lift up so you don't want to get the underbleed. This is from Cookie Countess. And here's the packaging. It's a magic stencil screen, precision airbrush tool, and it's one stainless steel mesh screen. But now, in all fairness, because I've used the other one bunches, I just want you to make sure that you guys know this is my other one. This is the stencil. This is Screen Genie, a stencil genie companion tool that I use. I've used this. It's got changeable silk screen in it. It It works great too. I just hadn't tried this one yet, so I broke it out first tonight, okay? I don't want any of my buddies getting mad at me. But holy cow, I totally love that. You could quit right there. That cookie's so pretty. No joke, you could. But we're not gonna, because it's Friday night. Now, I think I'm going to leave my green one the way he is because I'm not sure that pink's going to show up great on him. And I only have one green one prepped. So we're going to leave him alone. We're going to do this one like this. We're going to add noses and cute tails. And then we're going to do something else with them. Okay. So let's just set this to the side. I really like this. Tammy, I'll admit, I felt braver because you were here though. I don't know that I would have done that much if you weren't here. I felt like if I got jammed up, you would help me out. Let me get some of this out. I don't think I should, because it's a metallic, I don't think I should just leave it sitting in the gun. So let me put some Everclear in here. Now, Tammy, since you're on here with me, is this correct that when I'm doing a metallic and it's alcohol based, I can run this through my gun to clean it out? Once I get to where I think it's clear, then I can go back and I can start clearing out with water, right? Isn't that kind of how that works? Then I can do hot water through it so nothing gets corroded in my gun. Like I haven't run into this issue before, but I'm pretty sure that's like the tutorials I've seen. So I'm just going to leave this sit in here. I won't be, more than a half an hour before I go rinse it, but I think that's right. So let me read that. Let me just read and make sure that I did that right. And I keep tons of these pipettes around. That's why I give you guys these in your kits every time you get a cookie kit from me, just so that you'll always have one handy. Oh, yeah, with the alcohol, like to do the backflow a little bit and then rinse it with water, though, right? Oh, you need these airbrush colors. Okay, look how pretty. This was garden green and pink, and they're stunning together. Look at that, you guys. Stunning. And I completely, Tammy, please tell Todd if he's there. He called this one right on the money. That I think it's called an elegant stripe stencil. That is exactly the look that I was describing to him that I wanted. Like he picked the perfect one for me. I love it. Now, let's talk carrots. Do we want to put carrots like just down at the bottom? Like we got a little carrot deal. I think we should do them down at the bottom because it looks a little weird where it's coming out there. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a discussion with a little kid about that, like where that's located. You understand what I'm saying, I guess. Maybe not, but if you think about it, you will. But I totally think just a little accent like that is really all it needs, right? Okay. Let's do that. I think that's really cute. And I've got two kinds of carrots, like one that's really like baby carrot and it's really, really textured, but I think one carrot is really all this needs. What do you think? You guys think that's good? Just one carrot on each of these? So cute, right? Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. Yeah. I'd have to make another arm, and I don't think I'm up for another arm. So let's do the nose because I want to use my beautiful raspberry sanding sugar from CK Products. This is my favorite pink because it's called raspberry, but it really looks fuchsia. Like this is more than regular pink. Okay. All right. I like that. So we're going to do the noses. So I'm going to put some thick white and then do the pink sanding sugar. And then we're going to use this thick white and we're going to make a puffy tail by doing pressure piping. Maybe we are. Something's stuck in the tip of the bag and I don't want to have to cut the opening bigger. I need it to stay really small. So let me see if I can get that out. Whatever's in there. There we go. All right, let's do the nose first. Oh, how cute. This bunny's so adorable. Guys, they don't take this long. I'm totally stalling just to spend time with you, just so you know. We could have been through these a couple of minutes ago, but, it's been a rough week. Oh, I just love that little perky upturned nose. It's so cute. It's going to look perfect and bubbly next to those daisy flowers. Oh my gosh, so sweet. Oh, I love that stencil. I do. I really, really do. All right, let's do a little bit of pink. I'm not going to return this because of the type of top that's on here. So I'm just going to try to carefully get the nose. I'll have to brush it off the stencil where the stencil's wet later. But I want to get a nice pink nose on here. See if we can do that. I'll use one of my brushes and knock this off, okay? And the airbrush is dry. Now, normally for airbrush, guys, if you feel like you really need to, you can dust these just very lightly with cornstarch or powdered sugar before you bag them if you're going to bag them. But honestly, this is one of those cookies sets that I would box because it just makes it look like a really nice gift item. Look at that cute little nose. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tammy, I hope you sell a whole bunch of these because it deserves it. It's so cute. This cutter is adorable. I'm glad I didn't have to do operator error tonight. That way I don't have to tell Jen Harris that I had an issue, you know? It's nice when it works out. I also kind of like the tension of not knowing whether it's going to work out or not every once in a while. When things are too perfect, then you guys think that's how it is all the time, and that's really not good learning for you because nothing ever goes that smoothly. Not in life or cookies, and you got to just learn to roll with it. Oh my God, I love these little carrots too. They're so cute. And if these were done in modeling chocolate, it would be like having a candy bar on your cookie. So what would be better than that? Nothing. It's like you get a cookie and a candy bar. So I'm just attaching with a little thick royal icing, and I'm using white. I'm being very careful that it's not pushing out. But technically, guys, if you were going to do a whole bunch of the green, I'd use the green in case it pushed out so it kind of hit it. So cute. All right, let's do the puffy tail. And the key to this tail, do you see how I'm pressuring it so it comes out like little squigglies? So one of them I'm going to do like this. If you make a smaller hole and put a lot of pressure on it and your icing is thick, you're going to get this cool sweater texture look, which I also really like. It's good for certain things. You see what that looks like? So it's like puffy. It's great for doing clouds, airplane trails in the sky. But you can, if your icing's thick enough, you can build it up so you can get a nice puff, okay? So that's what we're going to do on this one. We're just going to leave it just like that. And he's adorable. I love him. You guys did a good job tonight picking out all the things that you had to decide. Now on this one, we're going to do him puffy, but then we're going to put white nonpareils, okay? Give him a nice fluffy tail. I wish I had some cotton candy because that would be totally cute. Especially if you were boxing him, it would be beautiful. Oh, I can't resist though. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, but I just can't. I can't do it. Got to pull out a little white diamond dust. Just for the tushy tail here. Okay, just this. I'll try to keep it controlled. We don't want it all over the whole cookie, but how cute is that? Oh my gosh, adorable. And it's great because it really goes well with the sparkly metallic airbrush colors, which by the way, I love. Okay, so that's totally cute. Look at that. Oh, he's adorable. So leave it to me to take something that should have been a super simple cookie and make it take longer. But you could do these faster. Seriously. You could have all those little pieces made ahead of time, right? And you don't need a lot of nonpareils on here. Let's do this too. I think this will help a little bit with these sticking. Just put a little bit of looser icing over that thick icing. This is a little trick I learned that works really well. If your thick icing's too thick for stuff to stick to it, I just put the 18 to 20 second flood consistency over the icing that's holding everything up, and then I can get lots of nonpareils to stick. I'm not sure I've ever told you guys that trick before, so you get a bonus tonight, another bonus, because this whole night's a bonus, right? Look how stinking cute that is. Oh my goodness, I love it. Can you guys see these? Look at my bunnies. Aren't they so cute? Look at that. Let me pull them down. Look at bunny love. Now, you could do Easter Easter, what was that thing you said, Mimi? You could do Easter something on one ear and something else on the other. I forget what that saying is. But I mean, my goodness, how cute is that? All right, let's put these back in here so they don't go all over the floor. I don't want to have to vacuum in here tonight. That's a job for another day. And I want to pull my flowers out so you guys can see this. I really don't want to let you go. I feel like we should do something else, but I don't have any other cookies ready. And I really need to get back to my computer work. I hate tech work. One day, Lord, I want my own tech person and my own computer person to do all this. And I just want to do the cookies. Is that coming? Is that possible? I hate doing all of that. Unfortunately, I used to be pretty good at it. So if I just focus, I can figure it out. But I'd much rather be here doing this, doing just the cookie part, right? All right, let's take a look. Let's see what madness we came up with on this fabulous Friday night. Okay, now I do want to say this. Looking at these two cookies together, I probably would be happier with this as a set if I had given him like a yellow nose. And if I had not put this orange carrot, because those two colors are really taking away from this, like as a bunny. And with this bunny, he's super cute. Like the set looks perfectly matched. But if I wanted to do these cookies together, do you see what I mean about adding those little accents? Like they needed to be done in a different color to look really good. How cute is that? I mean, that is just adorable. But if we had done this, like made a yellow carrot or something, or done his nose in yellow so my whole color scheme stayed together, that would have just been adorable. All right, so let's see about this. Look, same thing here because I've got the yellow daisies. We could have put this whole set together. So adjustments, if I were going to do that, I'd adjust this and I'd adjust this little nose. I had to have the pink though, you know, I had to. But I may go back in a minute and give him a cute little yellow nose or something. But you see what I'm saying about how to play with these? And then if this was a set together, I would have done these centers in pink and then everything would have tied together. I probably would have even done a pink carrot because I'm just crazy like that. Yes, airbrush colors. And the other thing I'm going to try tonight, I have one more set of cookies to do. Oh, they're just so cute though. Look, I mean, just in general, if you weren't like boxing these right next to each other, look what a cute little set we made tonight, right? If you just wanted to put fun Easter colors out, these are perfect and you can just keep going, right? So colors. This is from Bees Baked Art and it is Magic Colors. It's an alcohol base and it's edible metallic airbrush color, garden green and pink. Now, the other thing I'm going to do though, on the back of this cookie, I have one more of those cookies and I'll pipe it tonight. I'm going to look at my colors and then really decide what I want for my final set. But I'm going to speckle this using a toothbrush with the gold in the background so that this has something else behind the flowers. I think that'll just add this cookie in particular, this floral cookie. I think that'll just kick it up a notch. Okay. But I'm totally in love with that stencil. I really liked that stencil screen. And I like these airbrush colors very much. And I love these cute little carrots. Okay. So, any questions tonight? Any questions? I'm looking around to see if I have any fondant already made up that I could make some different carrots. I may just make this bunny, my extra bunny. I may do the stripes and not do a carrot on the next one. But I think just a bunny cookie like that, totally cute. And ties together well because it has a pink nose and it's got the pink stripes, which looks adorable. I love that. I love that stencil. Now, tell me your favorite pieces. Let's talk favorite pieces because this is what I do when I make up cookies to look at before I'm going to make like a whole big sample set to sell. I'll show you exactly what I do so you guys can look at this. So I would lay out my sample ones like this. And I would go, okay, I absolutely have to have this bunny tail. This bunny tail is like the cutest. Do I want to add anything to it? Doesn't really need diamond dust. I got the nonpareil candy going. So cute. But love this this two color stencil on the ivory background. Love it on the ivory. I would love it on white too. Either one would have been okay. So love that tail. Really loving this stencil over the ivory. And I really like this set of flowers right? So if I really wanted to do white with the yellow, then probably I would pipe the background of this pink. I would do a pink background and then do white and yellow together. And I'd probably give it like a yellow nose and this plaid and this tail, right? Like I break it down like that. If I'm going to do a box set, so they're right up smack against each other's. Oh, and yeah, for sure you could put Easter eggs right here, and you could attach chocolate Easter eggs. You could attach chocolate Easter eggs to this with just a little bit of royal icing, like the little Cadbury eggs. Or do I have any here? I don't think we ate them all. And by we, I mean me. You know those cute little Hershey eggs I showed you guys that we used on the Easter basket a couple weeks ago? I thought I still, oh yeah, here they are. These would be really cute if you wanted to bring more colors into your color scheme. This is the Hershey's egg-shaped white cream chips, and there's pink, blue, and yellow. So you could, knowing you wanted to use that candy, you could start with that for your color scheme, remember? So you could do that. You could also you could pipe a little bit of grass using your bag cut to a 1-point tip. You could pipe some grass down here and drop Easter eggs in. That would be a really cute accent. So much you can do with these cutters. So I feel like this is definitely a good cutter stencil purchase, because no matter what you do with them this year, there's so much you could do with them throughout the year, both for baby shower sets, for Mother's Day, when you do your florals in the spring. And then you're going to be able to change it and make it totally new next year. So this is definitely, if I had to like watch this and then be the person deciding like, is that where I want to put some money? This is definitely a set that is a cookier I would feel good about for next year too. And if you want to go totally homespun, you guys, this was the reason I wanted to do a Wedgwood blue, but I didn't make enough cookies. I didn't have enough dough. Sorry, if you go Wedgwood blue on one of your bunnies, like solid Wedgwood blue, and then you came back with your tweets. If you come back with your tweets fine point, you could do that, the marking, you know, like stitching along the edge in that darker blue. And then you could do a Wedgwood blue background on this cookie and do white flowers and do a dark blue center. And that would be gorgeous too. So I threw a lot at you tonight. You can make them super simple and they'll look fancy like this, even just doing the simple things that we did. Or you could do any of those other things we talked about. But I'm going to make one more set, not live because we've already been on an hour and a half, but I'm going to do one more set tonight. And before I put all this stuff up and clean everything up, because tomorrow it's going to be a computer day all day redoing my Cookie Snack Attack cards. I think that's it. Anybody have questions? I'm looking to see. Sharon must have asked a question about where I got something, and Cindy said Bees Baked Art. Cindy, was that about the airbrush color? Was that airbrush color? Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca. I love doing this. I wish I had more time during the week at night, but it's just been so busy lately. Thanks, Teresa. Oh, so you ordered these, Priscilla. You ordered them and they're ready to go? That's awesome. Oh, and Allison, yeah, you absolutely could make Easter egg royal icing transfers too. So they'd be a little bit bigger. Yes. Did you get to take a class from her? I didn't this time because I was helping Timbo, fangirl here. Just saying. But I would have taken Tammy's class had I not been in Timbo's class. All right. So I don't see any questions. So are you guys good to go? All right. Well, I'm going to pop off then, finish the last set. And hey, Nimrose, how are you? How are you? Let's see. Yes. From Stencil and Cutters. And it's on the, there's an actual photo in the Cookie Snack Attack group that shows you exactly what it would look like in your cart. And it has links to go right to it. You're welcome, Mimi. It's good to see you again tonight. I'm easily enabled. I know, it's terrible, right? That's terrible. Let's see. What was she searching? Was wanting demanding cookie. Oh, that's funny. Airbrush colors from Bees Baked Art. I don't know that that's the only place you can get them, but that's where I bought mine. Hey Nadine, how are you? I hope your box is on the way. I'm excited. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this for tonight, guys, and I'll see you soon, okay? I'll try to pop on tomorrow or Sunday afternoon, okay? All right, bye. And Tammy, thank you for being on live so I could ask questions about the airbrushing. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Everybody stay safe.